Not every celebrity split can be an easy-breezy conscious uncoupling. Some are far more tragic and crushing than fans know. From scandalous affairs to getting dumped over text messages, these stars wanted their fans to know the truth about their former significant other. Katy Perry and Russell Brand's short-lived marriage ended thanks to a text the comedian had sent the pop singer, as she told Vogue in 2013. The superstar couple split in 2012 after 14 months of marriage. But as a few years had gone by, their divorce was still making headlines, partly because Brand dished about it in his 2015 documentary, Brand: A Second Coming. Meanwhile, Perry suggested that her ex-husband was threatened by her level of stardom. In his documentary, Brand revealed that it was Perry's celebrity lifestyle that led to their divorce. However, Perry told Vogue that Brand wasn't a fan of her success, stating, "He didn't like the atmosphere of me being the boss on tour, so that was really hurtful, and it was very controlling, which was upsetting." In April 2021, actor Jana Kramer shared in a social media post that she and former NFL player Mike Caussin had split up after 6 years of marriage. "I've fought y'all. I've loved hard. I've forgiven. I've put the work in. I've given everything I have, and now I have nothing else to give. It's time." According to divorce documents obtained by People, Kramer cited, quote, "inappropriate marital conduct, irreconcilable differences, and adultery as reasons for the divorce." Just a few days after sharing the news that she and Caussin were over, Kramer broke down on what used to be the couple's podcast, Wind Down with Jana Kramer. "I'm embarrassed that this is how it ended, and I also think that I've let people down." The news of their divorce came just months after the release of their relationship self-help book, The Good Fight: Wanting to Leave, Choosing to Stay, and the Powerful Practice for Loving Faithfully. When Jenna, Dewan, and Channing Tatum shared a joint statement on social media that they were separating after 9 years of marriage, fans were in total shock. In the note, they shared that both felt like, quote, "two best friends realizing it's time to take some space and help each other live the most joyous, fulfilled lives as possible." While the former couple appeared to end their marriage amicably, Dewan shared a different side of the story after publishing her book, Gracefully You: Finding Beauty and Balance in the Everyday. In an excerpt obtained by InStyle, she wrote, "In the beginning of my separation, it felt as though I were in a dark closet, desperately trying to find the light or the way out. I was in a state of shock." She said the grief that followed their split felt, quote, "like a tumbling avalanche." Speaking with People, Dewan said she was, quote, "gutted by the separation." Just weeks after their split, Tatum was reported to be dating singer Jessie J, who he since split from, while Dewan also found the strength to move on with actor Steve Kazee and welcomed a son on March 6, 2020. Brutally honest former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Brandi Glanville hit her ex-husband Eddie Cibrian, who had an affair with singer LeAnn Rimes, with a bombshell in her memoir, Drinking and Tweeting and Other Brandi Blunders. Glanville gets into the moment she knew Cibrian was cheating on her with the country musician, who was also married to chef Dean Chermay at the time. In the book, Glanville recapped the night she and her former husband met with Rimes and Chermay for dinner. The Bravo celebrity wrote that the country singer spent, quote, "more time flirting with my husband than acknowledging her own." After she saw photos of her then husband and Rimes at dinner, Glanville and Cibrian's 9-year marriage came to an end. Country music fans were saddened when news broke that after 4 years of marriage, Miranda Lambert and Blake Shelton were calling it quits. The duo dated for 6 years before they tied the knot in 2011. Alas, as of 2015, the pair's days of singing together were over. As TMZ reported at the time, both stars accused each other of infidelity. Lambert and her country group Pistol Annies recorded the songs When I Was His Wife and Got My Name Changed Back, which were believed to be about her separation. Rumor had it that Shelton's infidelity-themed song, I Bet You Still Think About Me, was about Lambert. The former country duo has since moved on, with Lambert now married to NYPD officer Brendan McLaughlin, while Shelton is engaged to singer Gwen Stefani. Don't mess with Christie Brinkley. The model's longtime relationship with Peter Cook came to an end after he had an affair with his 18-year-old assistant, Diana Bianchi, in 2006, according to ABC News. What came next were some messy divorce proceedings. Brinkley's lawyer, Robert Cohen, shared with Good Morning America that the move to have a public trial was used to, quote, put pressure on her former husband to tell the truth. During the trial, a crying Cook had to recall his shameful affair, how he spent his evenings watching pornography, and even admitted that his young son saw several inappropriate photos on his computer, according to the New York Post. Swedish model Elin Nordegren told People that she was, quote, blindsided and embarrassed by the highly publicized scandal that led her to divorce Woods. In 2009, multiple women came forward and accused the golfer of infidelity. By 2010, Nordegren and Woods had finalized their divorce, and she was awarded $100 million, according to TMZ. That same year, Nordegren said she had no idea about Woods' affairs. For the last 3.5 years, when all this was going on, I was home a lot more with pregnancies, then the children, and my school. Initially, she was willing to try and make the marriage work, but ultimately, she decided that it was better to split. Actor Taraji P. Henson started dating former NFL player Kelvin Hayden in 2015, and the couple got engaged in 2018. However, after they pushed back their wedding due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and Henson was spotted celebrating her 50th birthday in September 2020 without Hayden, fans began to speculate that the two split, according to Essence. Fans were right about the breakup, and Henson talked about it with Charlamagne the God on Power 105.1's The Breakfast Club in October 2020.
And I haven't said it yet, but it didn't work out.
However, Henson did say that she tried to make the relationship work before ending it. In the end, Henson described being in a relationship as, quote, difficult because of the tireless work that must be put in to make it successful. In 2019, television personality Wendy Williams filed for divorce from husband Kevin Hunter after more than 20 years of marriage. Williams would go on to tell the New York Times that she had learned about Hunter's affair with another woman whom he had impregnated, saying, "I never thought that I would be in this position. I'm a very forgiving person, but there's one thing that I could never be a part of, and that one thing happened." While Williams said she would never speak badly about her, the TV host did call out her ex-husband's girlfriend and their daughter on a January 2021 episode of her show.
Welcome to Hot Topics, Sharina Hudson. Getting out of my car with my money. Good morning, Journey.
Williams even blasted her ex-husband as a, quote, serial cheat while speaking on the Jess Cagle Show on Sirius XM. In 2005, the news broke that Sienna Miller's then-fiancé, Jude Law, was romantically involved with his children's nanny, Daisy Wright. It wasn't long until she was hounded by the paparazzi. Miller told the Daily Beast, "That was one of the most challenging moments I hope I'll ever have to experience." Wright went on to offer up intimate details of their affair to the Sunday Mirror, saying, "It was amazing. Jude was a masterful lover who made my whole body tingle." Law publicly apologized to Miller in a statement. "Following the reports in today's papers, I just want to say I am deeply ashamed and upset that I've hurt Sienna and the people most close to us." Understandably, Miller is anything but nostalgic for that era. She told the Daily Beast, "There's a whole 6 weeks of that experience that I don't remember. I have no recollection of it." Law and Miller would find their way back together after the cheating scandal, but broke up again in 2011. When Robin Thicke and Paula Patton divorced in 2014 after nearly a decade together, the Blurred Lines singer wasn't ready to move on. He went on to release an album titled Paula, featuring songs like Get Her Back and Too Little Too Late, hoping to make amends, according to The Guardian. Thicke also dedicated multiple performances to Patton, including his appearance at the 2014 BET Awards. After ultimately failing to win Patton back, Thicke told the New York Times, "What I thought was romantic was just embarrassing." He said he, quote, was struggling at that point in his life. However, things appear to be looking up for the former couple. When Thicke spoke to People about mending their relationship for the sake of their son, Julian, he said, "There's so much emotion when you first break up, and there's so much stuff that spills over. But time heals those wounds, and she's an incredible person." Kristen Stewart was all over the tabloids in July 2012 when paparazzi photographed her making out with her Snow White and the Huntsman director, Rupert Sanders. At the time, Stewart was in a relationship with her Twilight co-star, Robert Pattinson, and Sanders was married to Liberty Ross. The highly publicized affair had Stewart issuing an apology and professing her love to Pattinson. While the two did reconcile, they split for good in 2013. 2 years after the scandal, Pattinson told British Esquire, "Happens, you know? It's just young people. It's normal." However, the actor did share that the hardest part about it all was the, quote, aftermath. Stewart also opened up about her relationship with Pattinson on an episode of Howard Stern's show. In 2019, she talked to the radio host about falling in love with the actor, despite their drama. After Stern said getting involved with a co-star on the set of a movie is, quote, the biggest mistake an actor can make, Stewart replied,
"There was nothing I could do."
In 2010, Sandra Bullock's career reached some of its highest highs as she scooped up the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in The Blind Side. However, that same year, her personal life imploded. Days after she won the Oscar, news broke that Bullock's then-husband, motorcyclist Jesse James, had been unfaithful. James issued a public apology to Bullock, writing, "There is only one person to blame for this whole situation, and that is me." Bullock ultimately filed for divorce. She would also reveal in an exclusive interview with People that she had adopted a baby boy named Louis and filed adoption papers as a single parent, even though she had originally planned the adoption process with James earlier that year. Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston's 2005 split broke fans' hearts and fueled the gossip mill. Shortly after their divorce, photos emerged of Pitt with his Mr. and Mrs. Smith co-star Angelina Jolie and her son Maddox on a beach in Kenya. Aniston told Vanity Fair in 2005, "The world was shocked, and I was shocked. He makes his choices. He can do whatever. We're divorced, and you can see why." In a 2011 interview with Parade, Pitt talked about his personal life and his past. "It became very clear to me that I was intent on trying to find a movie about an interesting life, but I wasn't living an interesting life myself. I think that my marriage had something to do with it." While Pitt's words seemed harsh, in 2020, the former couple ran into one another at the SAG Awards and appeared to be happy to see each other. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebrity couples are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.